All right, I'm about to jump in the shower, but I wanted to answer this email from Rich. It's a pretty long email. Subject line is the power grid. Let me just try to read as much as I can. Certain things I can't because of YouTube and stuff like that. But here you go. Today you put out a video. Sounds like me 2 years ago. I knew you were telling the truth the whole time. I hate talking about this topic, but it's reality. There's been rumors circulating about the power grid being turned off between August and September, mainly second or third week of September. Then following October, the market crash. In order to initiate the Great Reset, thank God because of you, I'm in XRP, XLM, XDC, QNNT, and HBAR. I think you should look at CSPR. I will. Plus a little bit of calls at AMC and all in on BBBYQ and some GameStop calls, and BBBQ will crash the market. Mark my words. I don't doubt it at all. I've been looking a little bit. I've been quiet on it because I've been seeing what's tied to it on the other side. Remember, somebody took a little leap of faith over that stuff. Anyway, they said the power grid will be turned off for about 2 to 3 weeks. Even Mr. Bugs, can't say his name, but you can look that guy up. He wants you to eat bugs. Said it's going to be worse than it's going to make it look like, inconvenience. Anyway, I have a few questions for you and love the idea of moving to Dubai or Singapore. Please do a video on these countries. I will. Definitely be going to be your XRP and crypto. So I'll do the whole thing. I'll probably do it later tonight. Number one, main question. If the power grid shuts shuts down, is it just the U.S. West, the U.S., Canada, Australia, EU, the whole world? The United States grid, from what I've been told, is broken down into 3 parts. Okay, then you got subgrids, like sub-providers. So just think 3 grids, and then you have, obviously, it's like a spider web all over the place. Our grid is super old, like going back to the 50s. Like, it is super old. Now, when the grid goes down, that means no electricity. That means no electricity to pump water, no electricity to do communications, yada, yada, yada. Use your imagination. Is that more or less true? That is what I've been hearing. And all of a sudden we have this record high temperatures. Now people can go, yeah, that's crazy, that conspiracy. Well, here's the thing about it. There is going to be a giant financial great reset happening. People that don't understand that is because they're going to take us off from this system of money that they just destroyed beyond belief, and they have to shift us into a new world of digital currencies. You don't do that without a crisis. You technically need a reset where you turn off the switch and come back on with a new system. Guess what? Turning off the electricity, that'll do it. So I'll leave it on that. Do I believe they're going to do it with the grid? Yes, I do. Okay. Number 2, following up. If it's just the U.S. or the West, what countries can you move to? You got to think about the timing of it. And then if you do move, you have to understand something. Where's your money going to be tied to? See, that's one of the interesting things. Like, I live overseas, but I am not immune from the ripple effects that happen in the United States. So if the United States banking system was to go down, anything that will allow an American to travel to as a tourist will be affected in that capacity. This would have to have been set up before. My opinion, honestly, it is better to stay in the United States and prepare for such an event, and you're in America, and prepare, than to be outside. That's why America, for me, is 70 kilometers away. It's called Puerto Rico. It's right there. I have the benefits of being overseas, but I got Puerto Rico right next door. Understand something. In crisis, countries do not want foreigners. That's just the reality. They become nationalistic. All for us, not for you. Is XRP the mark of the beast or part of the system? Here's the reality of it. I believe that the XRP type technology and the XLMs and all the other ones, all the ISO, all that infrastructure of all these ISO, coins and infrastructure and everything that's going to go on, I believe is the foundation on where a system like the mark has to be done. You don't need to get it in your hand. I mean, they got facial now, they got eye things. I mean, they're light years ahead. But you would have to accept this entire thing. Understand, that's based on the Bible, and that's just based on how they're rolling it out. They force it on you, people resist. Okay, number 4. Can China or Russia strike the U.S. during the power outage because the United States is vulnerable at the point, hence World War III? Okay, here's the deal. We actually are in World War III. We're just right now in the economic phase of it, and the skirmish wars and stuff like that are going on. Now, let me just say something. Russia and China do not need to strike us because we're already imploding and collapsing. And at the end of the day, based on a financial downturn and something like a power grid, America would just basically turn on itself. So they don't even have to do that. It's the ultimate warfare. It's war without war. Then, number 5. Last question. When will we see XRP hitting 100? My normal projections for XRP was going to be around 25, 30, 35 later this fall. But I have some breaking news. I have confirmed that the Russian CBDC that is authorized and on legislation, it actually is law in Russia right now with their major bank. The technology that we're looking at that to build everything they identified it was Ripple XRP. So chances are, if Russia announces that they're doing that and China agrees and then it goes back and forth during the summit that's coming, you can definitely see XRP hit those numbers pretty fast. So there you go. Lou, I want to thank you for everything. I watch your videos. You don't got to thank me. We're all in this together. I took every single advice you had and named it. Gold, silver, get an X-Force. Passport. It's important to have the passport because afterwards, if you do have the means and America does not recover, you may want to go to a country that might want to welcome you in and your resources. Ledger, getting my first firearm. Of course, you have to. It's kind of like one of these things that people don't understand, but you need to have that. People will want to take what you have. I don't care when you talk about civilized society. Paris was civilized. Paris was beyond civilized. Now it's uncivilized. And help me make money in the stock market. AMC, GTI, COSM, BBI, No, I didn't do it. You did. You're in it. So don't. Yeah. Thank you, Lou. Don't gotta thank me. Sincerely, Richard. Richard, God bless you. I'll do this Singapore Dubai video. Honestly, I tell people right now, it's better to stay in America and prepare. Don't be next to a major city because those things are gonna go real fast. Just prepare. Don't go somewhere overseas and be vulnerable and have to come back to America when there's really craziness. Remember, airplanes may not be flying, but that just recently happened, didn't it? Understand something, a grid down situation takes out everything, even water from getting to apartment buildings or suburbs, because they all go through pumps and way stations and everything. No gasoline, those kind of stuff. If you think that's not possible, Google it, motherfuckers, because this high record heat temperature stuff, yeah, all you need is one of the grids to go down, and you'll see how fast this turns. I pray that doesn't happen, but I hope that I answered that the best way I could. So, try hugs.